The NovaCaine Report. The pilot show.
Let's get this show on the road.
My first question is, are we part of the true skeptics?
Give me a moment. Let me search throughout the corridors that make up the labyrinth of my analytical mind. I hear the echoes of hoofbeats, bouncing almost imperceptibly off the walls of my highly enriched mind.
I am examining the feelings of my inner self, and I have discovered an inner core. I say, look at that. I have found a bundle of emotions that questions everything.
Yes. As I focus my analytical mind, focusing inward, looking deep within my self-consciousness, I have discovered that down deep, I too am a true skeptic.
Oh. This is so peachy keen. We are septic skeptics.
We are the definition
of true skeptics.
Septic skeptics sticking together like a buckyball.
Onward and upward.
We
go.
Let me introduce myself. I am Nova.
And I am Caine. I think I can say this for both of us.
Yes. Go ahead. Say it.
We will be your spit-shined and polished skeptical team.
Our banter
will amaze you.
Together, we are NovaCaine. NovaCaine.
This is the NovaCaine Report.
Nova and Caine, the two full-fledged skeptics.
Two original and pristine skeptics from the XN studio in downtown Schenectady, New York.
The airwaves of NovaCaine
will rock and roll your couch potato minds,
weaving and zigzagging
into the cesspools that lay dormant and still within you.
You can tell by our jewelry or lack thereof that we are poor skeptics. But, as you can see, our attire is skeptically impeccable.
And no hair is out of place. Our frosty demeanor is just ramped up to the right degree.
And my pulled back hair causes my brain to swell rather enormously. My IQ pushes against the threshold of 200 points and is rising ever so gently.
Gently rising
towards the genius level.
We are the part of the Brights. Are you?
Mr. Caine, I know I am part of the Brights.
Well, are you? You out there? Yes, you. Are you a Bright? Wake up your brains, my friends, for you are in for a feast that will attack your body and mind.
A feast for your eyes. We will be your eye candy. A strumming melancholy note falling on your docile ears with finely measured decibels.
Food for the mind served with our freakish good looks should go a long way to convincing you of our skeptical view.
Fair
and balanced
is our
goal.
We will challenge your complacency.
We want to rock your world, baby.
And now,
for your listening pleasure,
on with the
news of the day.
It's time to get very serious.
Miss Nova, serious it is.
Today let us discuss anti-vaccination lunacy.
Anti-vaccination lunacy. Is it a case of medical quackery?
Or is it just a case of plain, out and out ignorance? Or is it alternative medicine run amok?
Or is it something else that is beyond our normal, present-day comprehension?
Let us take the tragic 2006 case
of little Katie McCarran.
Katie lived in Morton, Illinois, in the heart of modern America.
In modern, so-called, well-educated America.
Little Katie was only 3 years old when a tragedy happened.
Katie was born with autism. It is a genetic disease.
Autism, the genetic disease, is not an easy handicap to live with. For the victim herself, nor her family. Stressors were everywhere in this story.
Let me warn you viewers out there, this is an incredibly sad story.
There are victims and consequences to this new anti-science conspiracy that seems to be a current rage.
It is like a communicable disease spreading without boundaries.
An infectious mum. A mum that has taken the human mind over like a wildfire.
There are tremendous lapses in logic concerning Katie's story.
Katie's mother, Karen McCarran, was a trained pathologist.
It is indeed horrific that a highly trained member of the medical field could murder her own 3-year-old daughter.
These sorrow-filled facts beg us to ask, what drove a professionally trained mother to attempt to smother her daughter with a pillow?
And what drove her, the mother, from this first unsuccessful attempt at murder to eventually
being so coldly successful, smothering little struggling Katie with the plastic bag over her face?
Pseudoscience and intense, unfounded guilt.
Karen McCarran had convinced herself that because she had vaccinated her daughter as a baby,
that she had caused Katie's autism. The guilt
she felt.
This guilt and an unfounded belief in hearsay led her to commit this shocking act.
Karen, the mother, replied, in her own words, that murdering her own daughter was the ultimate fix.
The ultimate fix.
Yes, that is what she said.
And now we quote from the trial. Karen, why did you kill your daughter?
I wanted to fix her. To give her peace in heaven. Maybe in heaven she would be complete.
When you were suffocating your daughter, did you think you were killing her?
No.
Who did you think you were killing?
Autism.
End quotes.
Chilling.
Yes. Down to your bone marrow. Chilling.
Is it possible that Katie is more whole and better off in heaven?
She is dead. Killed by her mother. I'd say that is pretty final.
Little Katie had no chance.
Katie was the victim of pseudoscience. Primitive thinking.
Katie's case is a stark example of where primitive thinking,
in combination with unfounded beliefs without a skeptical foundation, can lead. There is no logic to this tale of woes.
The only logic here forces us to conclude that mankind
is a superstitious fool.
We have genes in our DNA that make us superstitious prone.
And we need to guard against these tendencies that lead us so willingly towards primitive thinking.
This primitive thinking leads to a dark place where superstitions and witch doctors rule the day.
Witch doctors and snake oil salesmen.
Do not let them woo you into dark places where critical thinking lays dormant.
All you brights out there, and this means you. Beware of testimonials, wherever you may find them. They are the worst kind of advice to follow.
And be skeptical of anything you read on the internet. Matter of fact, beware of anything you read anywhere. This is the advice of a true skeptic.
Critical thinking
is the key to being a good skeptic.
Mankind should major in critical thinking.
And we should depend on science. We should become doctors of critical thinking.
Skeptical, good science is where to put our belief. This is truly the foundation of a modern civilization.
On that somber note, we end the NovaCaine Report for today. As always, be well.
Always. Be well.
I am Nova.
I am Caine.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.